We spend our lives seeking meaningless endeavors. An easy pursuit, considering anything without value, can be attained with the weakest of effort. The society of instant gratification has crippled us to the point of jelly spine infantilism. Of course, we are all aware of this to some degree. Yet, if anyone dares to shed light on these facts, they are ignored or written off as some idealistic fool. Couldn't we all agree? This world is severely lacking in idealism, yet overloaded with fools. But what truly makes one inept in life? Surely not the act of trying to educate individuals that they have more choices than once programmed to believe. Amongst the ruin of shattered dreams lies buried a neglected technique for manifesting one's will. Mysterious, shunned by the mainstream, all-encompassing is the scope of its reach. Yet no one could care less that developing focus is an integral function of a purposeful existence. Go on then, keep seeking wealth, fame, the picket fences, anything contained within the endless rat maze. All of the above mentioned remain hollow pursuits in lieu of the ability that focus can deliver. As individuals, as a species, we live in an existential torrent of information. Whether this data be truth, lies, or otherwise, finding moments of peace and solitude within the chaos is rare. By observing this, we do not mean focus is unattainable. Alternatively, we are better off realizing opportunities, wherever they appear, opposed to taking shelter in ignorance as a mode of shirking responsibility in life. How often have we heard people complain, "I don't have any time, I'm so busy with everything, there is no use in being creative." As well, those endless dreamers, always planning, never taking action, not once bringing a task to completion. Having dreams, steering one's imagination in the proper direction is beneficial for healthy minds. Setbacks arise when imaginations are given no guidance. Left to run amok, they can cause irreversible damage. Dreams should be tempered with wisdom and action. Where we find one foot placed in the imaginative domain, the other must be firmly placed in reality. To maintain both with surgical precision, certain degrees of focus need be attained. A good starting point, no matter one's level of development, is to recognize that every path to freedom is littered with obstacles. From a generalized perspective, we all comprehend this fact to some degree or another. The essence lacking in this truth is the ability to overcome these distractions in a way benefiting the individual and, ideally, society to some extent. When we meet antagonistic forces or any roadblock between a goal and ourselves, the easiest tactic is to turn away, run for cover, and quit. Why do we perform in this manner? Teleologically speaking, giving up is easy. There's always next time, right? Or not at all. We can reprioritize on a whim, especially once we join in conflict with the world outside. Imagine for a moment you have only one shot to hit the mark. Before you take the shot, however, you have 1,000 rounds to practice. The society of instant gratification believes, to their very core, that they won't need to practice, to put in the work. So it is when they go to take the shot and utterly miss, they become enraged. Following this, the blame game begins. Either the weapon misfired or high winds interfered with trajectory. A gnome jumped out and swatted the bullet away. No matter the excuse, responsibility has not been achieved, and the individual in question can go on dreaming how epic of a marksman they are. The sad truth of this world is, the bulk of the population is afraid to dig into existence and get their hands dirty from working hard at anything. Failure is born from inaction, from non-doing. Now let us imagine an individual who takes the time to use every last one of their 1,000 rounds in diligent practice, using every miss to adjust their sights, going out in rain, high winds, or soul-crushing heat to make sure their one true shot counts. Moving forward, I'm sure you can draw upon the meaning of these metaphors independently in silent reflection. The important factor to realize in this kind of training is to never give up. No one likes losing, but the only real loss is when one never makes the effort to improve on what has come before. Let us now take the dialogue further by relating focus to the material domain. In our ascending visualization, we see an individual who has made immense efforts in self-development. Having overcome endless adversaries and backward forces, hits an impasse, one that is unexpected, maybe even dangerous. What is the solution? If this particular individual has been raised within a desirable family, a family that teaches the importance of self-respect, moral autonomy, and responsibility, the probability is high they will hurdle the hindrance with ease. In most instances of personal development, this is not the case. Our world is rife with individuals born into abusive, impoverished, and just plain broken homes. Here we can observe, given the circumstances, the probability of maneuvering the same is very low. Again, I say low, not impossible. Needless to say, every case is different. Everyone has multifarious experiences in life, making the need for an all-encompassing approach to individual and societal development a priority. Hence, taking what most people regard as mere words and reintegrating meaning within them. The difference between one who meets with antagonism and flees, or folds in a cowardly fashion, and one who holds fast their position with their nose to the grindstone, overcoming all fears and distractions, is the amount of focus they exhibit. They see through endless taunting from so-called peers, weaknesses deflected in order to hold them back. They refuse to allow the victims of a diseased society to sink in so deep they become poisonous. An individual who integrates focus in their life, not allowing meaningless words and actions of others to control their self-guiding principles, is one well on the way to leading a more enriching life.